Stephen Holland from Maysville, Texas, and we're watching Wanderlust Estate reduce world suck.
Oh, the day I break these chains, I'm bound for the life of the simple things.
Good morning, guys. So I think it might actually be hotter here in Oklahoma. It's 9 o'clock. It's already getting kind of hot in the van. The generator's already stopped and everything. I didn't drive all the way up to Oklahoma City. I wasn't feeling as into driving as I thought I was. I did go almost halfway and I stopped into a little town. I'm gonna go and grab a shower and everything and get the day started and roll on the rest of the way into Oklahoma City. I just got wrapped up here getting the oil change. I got my shower in this morning already, and it's time to head off to Oklahoma City and the rest of the way into Oklahoma City here and do a little bit of nostalgia sightseeing from the very first van trip I ever took around the country in my green Econoline van. What a waste of windmills. Talk about some windmills just sitting up there on the hill not doing any work. Not a single one of them is either. We got a couple more up here in front of me. None of them are turning at all. So we have a 95-degree day without a single breath of air. If you don't believe me, just ask the windmills. These are some pretty rock formations through here. So Sulphur Arbuckle Lake area. I actually went to the Arbuckle Mountains, and that was a pretty neat little spot to go and check out. There's a place called Turner Falls over there near Arbuckle Mountain, and they got a place called Arbuckle Fried Pies, Arbuckle Mountain Fried Pies, and I'll run the video that I have on that above here. Oh yeah, there's the turnoff, exit 51 to Turner Falls. Yeah, so that's a really neat place, you guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't seen the video about that, you got to go over there and check it out. It's somewhere I'd like to go back and, you know, spend 2 or 3 days camped out at. Oh boy, don't this look to be a whole lot of fun here. We got a big slowdown here on the freeway. They must be having some construction with those orange signs up there. I'm never a fan of road destruction and stuff, but I guess they got to keep them maintained. Although these roads look pretty dang good here. I mean, I don't even see why they would be wanting to do anything to this highway. 48 miles to get into Oklahoma City now. This slowdown's not as bad as it looked when I first pulled up on it, but still it's pretty slow. Okay, so I'm rolling up on the Myriad Botanical Gardens up here. It's not too far away, right off Houston Avenue here. And what's so significant about this, not only is it like known as a big spot to go check out here, but it's also the case that this is where I filmed my very first video I ever made. The reason why I wanted to like really make a special trip here into Oklahoma City is I lost all the footage that I had recorded the whole time I was here, just seeing sights and stuff after this botanical garden here, after the time that I had hung out here and everything. And so it's something I wanted to share with you all because I had a really good time in Oklahoma City. Surprisingly, I was more impressed by the city than I expected to be. And then also, you know, it really started off the channel here. And here we go. Here are the gardens. Let's walk down here and take a look. All my duck buddies are still here. I remember all those guys. Yeah, it was over here on the other side, right across the pond here, that I had filmed that very first video where those ladies in the pink shirt are actually standing over there. I'll go over there, sit down, and we'll chat a little bit about it. 5 years later, in that exact same spot where I did that very first video telling everybody why I live in my van by choice. You should really go check that out. I'm gonna have it scroll up here for you all. But many of the things I said in that video still stick to today, and it's why I won't quit. I hope you like that little hyperlapse that I threw in there before I sat down here and everything. I'm gonna just chill out here for a while, and then I'm gonna tell you the story about the very first time I had ever felt lonely while I was out on the road and what happened to me. This little spot used to be Grandad's pub, and I'd come in here after seeing the Capitol and everything. Looks like it's closed, so I can't even go in there and show around, but I'll go ahead and sit down and tell the story. I'd been out on the road for a couple of weeks, and I'd started feeling kind of lonely and everything, and so I went in here and I sat down at the bar, and I happened to see a guy that had an Astros hat on. And I said, "Astros fan, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I go, "Are you from Houston?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was sitting there with his brother Brian, and so it was Brian Price, and his name was James Carpenter Price, and he used to play at Grandad's pub when it was open, obviously. And so I thought it was pretty cool. He gave me a CD while we were out that night, and we probably talked for like an hour and a half. I told him what I was doing with the van and everything, and doing this journey, and they invited to show me around Oklahoma City, and the first place we went was to go and eat at the Mule Bar and Grill. Over here, I'm even parked in the same spot that I had my green van parked in that night when we went to go and leave and stuff. It's right there. I guess really the moral of the story to me here, and why I'm sharing so much of the detail on this, is I want you all that are worried about being lonely and not being able to make it there on the road, seeing sights yourself, I want you guys to know that you don't have to be lonely. You'd be shocked at the opportunities to meet people and to have meaningful interactions will be. You just got to go and do it, and just open yourself up to possibilities, and be willing to make the first move in talking to somebody. Okay guys, so now that you saw where I met the Price brothers and everything, and after we got done there at Grandad's, we all headed over to the Mule, and I'm headed there right now. It's a bar and grill in Oklahoma City, and I really thought it was a pretty cool little place. I enjoyed the meal there. It was awesome having the brothers there, and it's gonna be a spot that I'm gonna have a meetup in, another meetup in. There's a gentleman that wanted to get together here in Oklahoma City, and I told him, well, let's meet up at one of the spots I wanted to have some nostalgia at. So that's what's going on right now. I am on my way to go and meet up with him, and I'm gonna show you guys the Mule. So there's the guy that I'm supposed to be meeting up. I think his story's pretty cool. He actually storm chases for a news network that's based out of Tulsa. So I totally hope I get to do a tour of his van setup and everything and hear some of his stories. And here we are at the Mule. So my meetup over here is already here. When I came in here before though, we had stayed, the Price brothers and I had actually set up right there, and that's where we were eating. But it's taken, so I'm gonna be doing back here for my little meetup, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Okay guys, so here is the meal that I had when I met up with the brothers. They told me I had to try a Kentucky Mule, which is a mixed drink. I'll kind of give you details on it. And then this here is what's called a macaroni pony. It was an amazing sandwich. I can't wait to try it again. And you got anything to say?
I'm looking forward to this. This is looking really good.
All right guys, I'll check in when we're all done. Before I finish this off, I thought I'd let you just see what's going on here. We got some pulled pork, and we got macaroni and cheese, and we got all kinds of sauces and barbecue sauce, jalapenos. There's a smorgasbord of stuff going on here, and it tastes just as good as I remember. Any feedback for it?
Man, it's good. You guys should be here.
I know, right?
I know. Hey, the Vanlife.
There you. Well guys, so just where we were parked over here, he decided he just wanted to go home. He didn't want to just crash here. I thought it was pretty cool meeting him and everything. He has kind of some exciting stories there doing that storm chasing. I think that would be a pretty cool gig. Hopefully he can get some sponsorships rocking and stuff and really take off. I'm calling it a night now guys. I'm just gonna crash here. The meter maid guy said that it was okay as long as I was up by 5. Get out there, connect with people, live your big story, and make sure you do something every single day to reduce world suck. Peace guys.